What is cultural loss? Have you ever thought about how climate change affects not just the environment but also the cultures of people living in polar regions? Cultural loss is a serious issue that impacts the identity and way of life of indigenous communities in these areas. So, what exactly does cultural loss mean? Cultural loss refers to the decline or disappearance of customs, knowledge, languages, practices, and heritage that define a community. In the polar regions, this loss is closely tied to climate change and its effects on indigenous peoples who have lived there for thousands of years. One major aspect of cultural loss is the loss of traditional knowledge. Indigenous peoples in the Arctic and Antarctic have developed a deep understanding of their environment over generations. They have specific terms for different types of sea ice, weather patterns, and animal behaviors. This knowledge is essential for hunting, travel, and survival. However, as climate change alters sea ice conditions and animal migration patterns, this traditional knowledge becomes less reliable, threatening the continuity of their culture. Another significant factor is the disruption of cultural practices. Many activities, such as hunting and fishing, relying on stable environmental conditions. Melting sea ice reduces access to hunting grounds and travel routes, making it difficult for communities to maintain these practices. This disruption affects social structures and cultural rituals that are tied to the land and ice. Language is also at risk. Indigenous languages often carry environmental knowledge and cultural stories. Climate change, along with globalization and industrialization, contributes to the decline of these languages, further accelerating cultural loss. The emotional and social impact of these changes cannot be overlooked. Many indigenous communities experience feelings of ecological grief and loss due to the changes in their environment and lifestyle. This grief is connected not only to environmental degradation but also to political and social challenges that hinder their ability to maintain cultural rights and practices. Additionally, climate change threatens cultural heritage sites. Archaeological sites, historic buildings, and other cultural landmarks face physical damage from erosion, permafrost thaw, and rising sea levels. This destruction leads to the loss of tangible heritage. In practical terms, indigenous communities face challenges in adapting their traditional ways of life to rapidly changing environments. The loss of sea ice undermines navigation, hunting, and social cohesion, as ice is not just a physical platform but also a cultural space filled with place names and stories. To combat cultural loss, it is urgent to protect and document indigenous languages, knowledge, and heritage. This preservation is essential for cultural diversity and community well-being. Climate adaptation efforts must consider cultural heritage and traditional knowledge as vital components, not just environmental or economic factors. Cultural loss in the polar regions highlights the need to integrate cultural perspectives into climate response strategies. The erosion of indigenous peoples' languages, knowledge, practices, and heritage due to climate change affects their identity, livelihoods, and social fabric. Addressing these issues is crucial for the future of these communities and their rich cultural heritage.